Well, good morning. A few of you have asked for my stretching routine, so here it is, raw, uncut, in a beautiful morning. The sun is shining in. It is 5:43, and here we go. Let's see how this works. So the first thing I do every morning is drink about 16 ounces of water, which I have already done. And then I normally stand here and I start doing some light movements, starting from my head all the way to my ankles. So the first movement I do is just very simple head turns. I'll do 5 to 8 depending on the day and on the mood. Change direction. Then I'll do side by side. And I'll go to the center and back to the right, to the left. Six. Okay. High stretch. Try to touch the ceiling. And now circles in my shoulders. 7, 8. Every time we start with smaller circles and make them bigger and bigger. And now we go to waist. Think about a funnel that starts with small circles and makes them bigger every time. 7, 8. Start small again. Direction, changing directions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch to one side. Very lightly. Stretch to the other. Now I'm going to do good mornings. I bend my knees a little bit. Stick my butt out like if I was carrying a weight and doing a squat. And I go, buenos días, as we say in Spanish, or reverencias. So I call them good mornings. Every time I go a little lower, this is not to stretch your hamstrings. It's just waist movement. And 8. Once we get to this number 8, put my hands on my knees, circles inside, circles outside, 8. And there I open my legs a little more, go down. Go up again. Now I'm going to do circles in my ankles. 6, 7, 8, 8. Other side. 4, 7, 8. Other foot. Other side. Now I turn around, put my hands on the wall, and I'm going to do 15 toe raises. Staying up, pulling my heels out, and then an inverted V shape with my feet. I do 10 toe raises. And staying up, feet in V position, and another 10 raises. Okay. Next, I usually do what I call the Schwarzenegger squats. I read about this somewhere at some time. These are squats that will take you 5 seconds to go down, 3 seconds in the position, and slowly come back up. And I normally do 5 to 8. I'm just going to do 5 today for time. And I use this as meditation and breathing too. So breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Up. Not counting. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Next, I stand on one foot and I simply lift and create balance. I count to about 15 seconds, trying to stay as stable as possible, opening my foot and engaging all the muscle in my feet. And once I hit 15, I lean forward. For another 15. I change legs, slowly find my balance, start counting. Okay, so here I do my first stretch. I put my chin down and I slowly drop my arms with my chin down, little by little, allowing every part of my back. This time legs are stretched, not like when we were doing bend knees and good mornings. All the way down, little by little. Exhaling, stretching my back until I get to the point where I can touch the ground. Let go a little more. Then I bend my knees and I stretch my back. Once I feel that my lower back is well stretched, I come back up again, arms on the ground, slowly come back up. And at this point, I'm doing something that I incorporated recently. The next two exercises are things that I've incorporated recently. So I go back to one foot and I go all the way down. Touch the floor, come up. To make this easy, you need to find balance, open, and you also need to raise your back leg. If you don't raise your back leg, it's practically impossible to touch the floor. And I do 3, and then I'm going to change legs. But the idea is to do it very slowly, very controlled. I'm feeling how my quad, my hamstring, and my glute are firing. Change legs. Repeat. And it's okay to lose your balance, just like I did. Sometimes it's better not. If I feel that I'm losing my balance, I have to recenter, like I did right now. Slowly go down, touch, come back up. That is number 2. When I'm up, I don't touch the ground. I rest and find my balance. When I go down and here, find my balance, slowly come up. Okay, so now I do a second stretch, like the one I originally did. Drop my head. Of course, now it's going to be much easier. Muscles are warmed up and fired up. I go down much faster. And this is another exercise, another stretch that I recently incorporated. I put my hands as in a starting block position, and I put one leg back, and I count and let the leg below really stretch. Maybe a count of 5, bring it back, other leg, 1, 2, 3, 5, and repeat. 1. Second time I let a little longer. 5, 6, 7, 8, and last one. And of course you can hold your stretches for as long as you want, but that's what I do. Stretch my back again, and now I go all the way down to my knees and sit on my knees. Stretch. And from here, I go in force, and I do toe races. Sometimes I cross my feet and do only one leg toe race, never more than 4 or 5. Then I do the other foot. And then I do, I don't know, pike position. I'm sure there's a yoga name for this, but I have no idea. Where you stretch your back, put your heels down on the floor. I go back to my knees again. And I do exhales. Basically, I think this is inhale, exhale. I do 5, just to stretch the back. Okay. So now, I put my hands in front of me. I take them to a side, put the other hand on top of it, and lean back and stretch. That stretch stretches from my shoulder all the way to my lower back. And again, how long you hold, how long you stretch. I am doing things a little faster today, just to demonstrate the movements. But how long you stretch and hold is really up to you. Okay. For now, I find a comfortable position. Sometimes it's closer, sometimes it's more wide. It really doesn't matter. Find a comfortable position, and I'm going to do 25 push-ups. The speed varies. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's a little faster. Never too fast, never too slow. 8, 9, 10, 12. 4 and 25. Now I do a cobra pose, both with my top of my feet on the ground. And I also put my toes on the ground, lifting my heels both ways. And with that, I do open my legs, shake to the left, shake to the right, walk with my hands back to a semi-open leg stretch. Slowly elevate. I don't know for what reason I always put my hands in a triangle. Raise them up. Take a deep breath. And stretch my back. And that concludes my stretching routine, which today with explanation was about 16 minutes, but it usually is between 12 and 15. Thanks for joining my morning routine.